Dollar, dollar, dollar. Dirty money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ Dookie, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
Back on the channel with nothing.
And I'm screaming. Kid and C original.
I think your scream messed me up, though.
I can't hear myself.
Welcome back to the channel, man. We got a good one for y'all today. We got something everybody can relate to. When did you realize your friend wasn't actually a friend? There's a lot of these. I already told you a lot of stories, though. I ain't even gonna.
Yeah, you could. And I ain't even gonna speak on my situation.
From friends trying to holler at people you talking to.
Facts.
Downplaying you behind your back to look better than you.
Facts.
Lame ass folks, man. Shit, you can't get her, shit. Or him.
Or
shit,
him.
You ain't gotta downplay me. That be that lame ass.
You ain't gotta fake it with me. Like, just keep it real.
That be that lame ass shit, though, bruh.
Facts.
Cool. Well, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go. If you want to further support, all the information that you do need is in the description box down below. Also, we got to sit this time out and salute to the coming of the day.
Salute to you.
We highly appreciate it. Y'all keep running us up in the comments, man. We're going to always shout y'all out. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, lock it in with a thumbs up. Let a player know. All right.
Let two players know.
Let's get into it, y'all. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about, man.
Did you ever have a time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
So I had a friend from the time I was 4 years old until I was 14. She was my best friend. I moved a number of times and her and I stayed friends forever. It was like great. I thought that we were going to grow old together and have kids together that like were the same age and like have the little house next to each other. But when I was 14, I came out as lesbian. She was the first person I told because I had no idea what being lesbian would mean. I had no idea what it would be like, and I didn't know how to deal with it. And her response was to air my dirty laundry to her family so they can call and harass me, and then tell me that she couldn't be my friend until I stopped being lesbian, even though she was friends with a gay guy. She said it was against her religion to support me.
Wow.
Did you ever have a time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
So, like, absolutely yes. And let's talk about this. This is the main fucking reason why I moved out of, like, Charleston, South Carolina 5 years ago. I thought I had a bunch of friends, and every time I tried to do something new, whether it was become a police officer or a firefighter or do art or go back to college, they always had some slick ass shit to say about like, you just don't know what you want to do or be, do you? And I'm like, no, I know everything I want to be. That's why I keep fucking trying it. Like, I'm just creative. I'm just being myself. I'm just expressing who I am. I'm just curious and I go for it. I don't know why like someone's curiosity or individuality is such a threat to you. How long? There's a part two. I moved to Houston thinking that would be a lot better. It's not. These people out here are just equally fucking as insecure and hurt as the next motherfucker. The whole thing is like about you and following your dreams.
Did you ever have a time?
Because my thing is, a lot of people.
Let's just.
No, I just want to say, but the thing is, a lot of people be moving to. I'm not even just saying that. But a lot of people be moving to where everybody else is moving to, where. But what is everybody chasing?
Right.
Kind of the same way where everybody be like, everybody moves to LA, then they realize everybody that's in everybody that's originally there might not be fake.
Yeah.
But it's all y'all are moving, trying to seek something, and everybody gonna snake out the next person to seek what they want to achieve. And none of y'all came here to link up. You know what I'm saying? People gonna use you people use people mainly for what they can achieve. That's when they become your friend. If you're not worth, to be honest, nobody will ever talk to you. Nobody's trying to befriend you if they feel like they can't get anything from you, for real.
Yeah.
Especially as you get older in age.
Facts.
But some of your biggest haters gonna come from your hometown, though.
Facts.
Where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
I had a best friend that I moved in with, and we had an apartment together. I was doing a lot of gigs, and I was traveling a bunch at that time. I had a little dog that was a couple years old, and I was going to be gone out of the city, and I asked if she could just watch my dog until the next morning. She agreed, and I came back the next morning, and my dog was in her kennel crying, and I went over there to go see what was up. And she had a hair tie wrapped very tightly around her nose to where her whole face was swollen, her eyes were swollen shut. It was really bad. I had to get scissors and cut it off of her face. Poor baby was traumatized. I asked my roommate, hey, best friend, why'd you do that? What happened? And she said that my dog wouldn't stop crying because there was a thunderstorm outside and she was too hot to put her in the bed with her. So she stuck her in the kennel and put the hair tie on her to keep her quiet. She's an old lady now, but you can still see the scar where the hair tie was around her mouth. And her hair grew in white after that. So fuck that best friend.
Wow, I would have.
Did you ever?
I'm
sorry.
You would have hated to.
You already know.
Get them skippity paps.
Facts. I'm trying to minimize my little cursing.
You get them
But baby,
skippity paps.
baby, you would have got it. No, we ain't doing that.
That's jacked up.
That's messed up.
A time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
Yes, I did. When I was in college, I knew this chick. Her name was Megan. And when I first got to the new school I was going to, when I transferred, she immediately stepped in, made herself my friend, positioned herself in my life on purpose. And I was excited because no one else liked me, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, I'm a nice person, I don't smell weird. I shower, Couldn't make any friends. Couldn't figure out why. So, she's like coming over my house all the time, hanging out, and like we walked to class together and all this stuff. She's the only person that will talk to me. I'm in choir and like no one in the choir will talk to me. I'm getting like skirted around for opportunities, which I thought was weird because, let's be honest, I was the best singer at the school. I transferred from a conservatory. This was like a fucking shitty state school. And I wasn't getting chosen for like, the big choir. Come to find out, she had been actively working against me the entire time, telling people that I was doing drugs, that I was like going out to bars and getting hammered all the time, telling people I was a massive slut, that I was cheating on my boyfriend, and all this crazy, like just crazy rumors, high school bullshit. And it really all came to a head when she came over to my house one night. She brought a box of Franzia and got pretty drunk. And then she took me across town when I was already extremely inebriated and left me at a frat party. Wow. And then told everyone about how funny it was and what a giant piece of shit I was, what a slut I am. Told everyone about it. I got picked up by the cops because I was so drunk I couldn't stand, because she had been feeding me alcohol all night, and then she left me there, and she took my phone. So I ended up in the drunk tank without a phone, no way to contact anybody, $1,000 medical bill from the hospital for them having to IV me. And yeah. So what did I do, naturally? At the time I was incredibly petty, so I ruined her fucking life.
That was some low down ass shit.
That was low down. I need to know what she did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Who the bitch is,
Facts.
though? Why you look me over there like?
I'm just like, right? I'm just agreeing. Like, right? Who does?
And I ain't gonna count. Everybody I used to call a friend, I don't call them.
I don't.
To be
I
honest,
use that word. I use that word very.
I'm gonna say this: if I ain't rock with you before I went to college, 9 times out of 10, I don't rock with you no more. If I went kicking it with you in college, 9 times out of 10, I don't communicate with you.
And that's facts, because none of my friends that I was friends with in high school, I'm friends with to this day. Every friend that I'm still friends with, and I call like my sisters, are friends that I met when I was in college.
Yeah.
So,
or relatives.
Relatives, but I ain't count.
But you don't call them friends.
I ain't counting relatives.
You don't call your relatives your family. You be like, that ain't my friend, that's my family. I be like, that's still friends.
Yeah, still friend, but it's family.
You ever have a time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
Yeah, many times, and I'm tearing up thinking about it, so if I start crying, please forgive me, but I think it's really important to talk about this stuff because when you're neurodivergent, if you have ADHD or bipolar disorder or autism, what can happen is you have two choices. If you're trying to start a relationship with somebody, you can either front load all of the information that it's going to take to have a healthy relationship with you. You can put all of the emotional, physical, and intellectual effort that it's going to take to accommodate somebody, to have them accommodate you, to explain and try to get them on the same page so they understand, or you can try to slow roll that over time so that they slowly get exposed to it and normalize. But either way, there's a huge risk that it scares them off or that they don't understand, especially if they think that they understand. And what happens is it's really easy to be friends with somebody when they're in their highs, when they're super fun, but it's not so easy to be that the first time that things go bad and you think you have a best friend, but it turns out you just haven't had a bad day yet.
Did you ever have a time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
This one time, I did. I broke up with my boyfriend and my best friend started hanging out with him. I asked them both, why are you guys hanging out with each other so much? They called me crazy and dramatic. And then they got married on my birthday. Yeah, that was a weird time.
Did you ever have a time?
Ooh!
The fact that y'all even started talking and dating and doing, which y'all probably was doing it beforehand anyway. Y'all probably was messing around beforehand, to be real.
Remember I told you about that situation?
But y'all couldn't pick another day? I know both of y'all remember my birthday. Yeah. Y'all could pick another day. Maybe the day before, maybe the day after, maybe the...
Remember I told you about that one time? I was talking to this girl, then me and her broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Then her friend and her cousin tried to talk to me. I said, and I ain't even talked to neither one, because I was like, that's kind of weird, bro. I was like, I ain't known that, bro. That's weird, bro. Like, I was like, no.
Time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend? I have a quick story. This is random. I was just thinking about this. I had this roommate, and I'm not going to say his name, but this guy, I loved this guy. I thought he was my best friend. I thought, we'd be friends till we were old. We were both musicians, had the same sense of humor, loved the same movies, all that kind of stuff. So we were roommates, and we had another roommate too. So anyways, I realized this guy had probably been plotting behind my back the entire time. I mean, this guy really took every opportunity he could to try to make me look stupid or embarrass me in front of his friends, usually women. He would mask very bitchy things he'd say as jokes. And then one day, he made some snide remark. I don't know what I was doing, something creative. Let's say I was going to make a painting or something. And he kind of like in a very dickish way was just like, oh, well, you can't decide what you want to be anyway. Because I do a lot of things. What shitty energy, How limiting. I'm the kind of friend I want to see my friends be successful and happy. Full stop. Did you ever have a time where you realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend?
When I was 10, I met my best friend. I moved from the country to the city, and we lived 2 doors down from each other, and so it was more convenience that we became friends. And then we hung out together throughout all of our teenage years and all of that. She was always the pretty friend, and I was the chubby sidekick. When I turned 18, I got a small trust that was left to me because my father died when I was an infant. I decided to move to a college town where I was going to school, and she came with me to be my roommate with the plan of her getting a job once we got there. She did, and that lasted about 3 days, and then she just mooched off me. So one day I came home from class with a fast food burger for lunch, thinking she would not even be there because she'd been over at her boyfriend's house for like 3 straight days, and she got mad at me for not bringing her lunch. The pain that I felt in that moment when I realized how long I had been used was just...
Did you ever have a time where...
You remember that clip we saw the other day, and it was like, never allows anybody to live with you or even just stay with you. You remember that was like no, and then they was like not even family.
Oh, it was actually
one of these.
It was actually
because that is so true, especially friends. Yeah. Now family, it depends.
Family, it depends.
It depends because you family for a reason. You're supposed to help. Yeah. Friend, I never recommend anybody.
You're not obligated to.
You're not obligated.
You're not obligated to help just because they're family.
But when it comes down to a friend. It's just like if y'all not in a position where, like how I was in college, we had student apartments where I paid my rent and my utilities, but you're held responsible for your like we don't have to hand it together and go pay, but I have my separate, you have your separate. If it ain't like that, never invite somebody in to live with you that is not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they're gonna eventually stop.
Yeah.
You realized a good friend wasn't actually your friend.
My best friend stole my identity and was using said identity to pill shop and get illegal pharmaceuticals.
Wow.
She has also violated parole multiple times and is yet still out and amongst our community.
Wow.
Even though I did not do this, I was basically blacklisted and had to bring around documentation with me that not only was she doing this, but she was also convicted of this. Because it wasn't just me that she was doing it to. Careful out there, folks.
What's an acting performance that was so good?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that was a lot.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
Man, y'all be careful out here, man. Best thing I could say. For real. Y'all be careful, man. Choose who you allow into your life.
Choose wisely, please.
Choose wisely. And they don't even gotta be a friend. They can be an associate, just somebody that, choose wisely who you allow in your life.
Yes.
In your time. Because they don't even have to be in your life. They could just be occupying a certain amount of your time.
Your space, period.
Choose wisely.
Please do.
Hey, but with that being said, let us know what we should react to next. They do got a part 2. If y'all want to see part 2, let us know in the comment section down below. But as always, I do go by the name DJ Kid. This is we are y'all.
Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please